Here is Nucida's weekly forecast of expected post activities in the realm of software quality on social media channels for week 18 of 2026. Our analysis is based on the social media post data from LinkedIn, YouTube, X, and other internet sources released last week, which revealed dynamic daily changes. I'll leverage the provided web results, which cover software quality trends for 2026, and combine them with logical extrapolation of ongoing conversations in the tech community. The ranking is based on the prominence of topics in recent publications, their relevance to current software quality challenges, and their engagement potential on the mentioned platforms. Each topic's ranking reflects its immediacy, impact, and discussion volume, with reasons for placement and a forecast for future trends included. So, what will be the top 10 hot topics this week? Buckle up and let's start the countdown. 10. Autonomous and agentic testing. The discussion around autonomous testing has shifted from simple test generation to multi-agent systems that plan, execute, and adapt testing strategies independently. On platforms like X, Twitter, and LinkedIn, engineers are debating not just feasibility, but control boundaries. The real tension is between efficiency and accountability. Teams want AI agents to reduce manual effort, but when tests fail or miss defects, it becomes unclear who is responsible. Another important undercurrent is that many so-called autonomous systems are still heavily scripted behind the scenes. This gap between marketing claims and actual autonomy is driving skepticism in blog discussions. My advice: design your system assuming partial autonomy, not full autonomy. Introduce layered oversight such as human review checkpoints, audit logs, and explainability features. If an agent cannot explain why it made a testing decision, it should not be trusted in critical workflows. 3-month outlook. Expect a wave of tooling that focuses less on autonomy itself and more on governance of autonomous systems. Auditability, replayability, and traceable decision-making will become selling points. 9. Low-code and no-code testing democratization. The real driver here is not convenience, but organizational scaling of quality ownership. Companies are trying to push testing closer to product managers and business analysts. On YouTube, tutorials and tool demos are exploding, indicating strong interest from non-traditional testers. However, a hidden issue is emerging: test sprawl. When many non-engineers create tests, duplication, inconsistency, and brittleness increase. This creates long-term maintenance challenges that are only now becoming visible in larger organizations. My advice: introduce a governance model early. Define naming conventions, ownership rules, and review processes for low-code tests. Without structure, democratization will lead to fragmentation rather than scalability. 3-month outlook. Vendors will begin adding features like automatic deduplication, smart test refactoring, and centralized quality dashboards to address growing complexity. 8. Shift, right testing, and production observability. The conversation is evolving from monitoring to continuous validation in real user environments. The key idea is that true quality can only be measured under real conditions, including unpredictable user behavior and infrastructure variability. A notable trend in blogs and engineering discussions is the integration of user experience metrics with traditional QA metrics. This creates a more holistic definition of quality that includes performance, usability, and reliability in production. My advice: do not treat observability as a separate discipline. Integrate it directly into your quality strategy. Your test cases should map to real production signals, such as latency spikes or user drop-off patterns. 3-month outlook. Expect tighter coupling between QA tools and observability platforms, enabling automatic feedback loops where production issues generate new tests. 7. Test ops and QA ops convergence with DevOps. This topic is less about tools and more about organizational transformation. The convergence reflects a shift from siloed QA teams to cross-functional ownership of quality pipelines. A subtle but important development is the rise of quality metrics as deployment gates. Instead of simply running tests, teams are defining quantitative thresholds that must be met before release. This is widely discussed in engineering blogs and DevOps communities. My advice: focus on defining meaningful quality metrics, not just increasing automation. Metrics should reflect user impact, not just technical correctness. 3-month outlook. Expect more organizations to implement policy-driven pipelines, where releases are automatically blocked or approved based on quality signals. 6. Continuous testing in CI/CD pipelines. The conversation has matured from implement continuous testing to optimizing what continuous testing actually runs. The challenge is no longer automation, but efficiency and signal-to-noise ratio. Teams are increasingly aware that running all tests all the time is unsustainable. This has led to discussions about risk-based testing, test prioritization, and intelligent orchestration. My advice: measure the effectiveness of your tests. Identify which tests actually catch defects and eliminate or refactor low-value ones. A smaller, smarter test suite is more powerful than a large, unfocused one. 3-month outlook. AI-driven test selection will become more mainstream, reducing execution time while maintaining or improving defect detection rates. 5. Validation of AI-generated code. This is one of the fastest growing concerns across all platforms. Tools that generate code are now widely used, but they often produce syntactically correct yet logically flawed solutions. A deeper issue is that AI-generated code can introduce hidden dependencies, security vulnerabilities, and non-deterministic behavior. Developers often trust AI output too quickly, which shifts the burden onto QA teams. My advice: create explicit policies for AI-generated code. Require additional validation layers such as property-based testing, fuzz testing, and security scanning. 3-month outlook. Expect the emergence of AI-specific quality standards and certifications, particularly in regulated industries. 4. Security first. Quality engineering and DevSecOps. Security is no longer a separate concern, but a core dimension of quality. The rise of AI systems has increased the attack surface, making traditional security testing insufficient. Discussions increasingly focus on continuous security validation, including runtime protection and anomaly detection. Another key trend is the integration of security checks directly into developer workflows. My advice: treat security vulnerabilities as quality defects with the highest priority. Integrate security testing into every stage of development and deployment. 3-month outlook. Expect increased adoption of real-time security monitoring integrated with QA pipelines, blurring the line between testing and defense. 3. Shift left to quality engineering mindset. The shift left movement is evolving into a broader concept: quality engineering as a holistic discipline. This means embedding quality considerations into architecture decisions, data design, and even business logic. A key insight from recent discussions is that early defect prevention has a compounding effect on development speed and cost efficiency, which is driving executive-level interest. My advice: invest in training developers and product teams on quality principles. Quality cannot be delegated. It must be built into every role. 3-month outlook. Organizations will increasingly redefine job roles, with traditional testers transitioning into quality engineers or quality advocates. 2. Predictive quality and AI-driven analytics. Predictive quality is gaining traction because it promises data-driven decision-making in software releases. Instead of reacting to defects, teams can anticipate where issues are likely to occur. What is often overlooked is the dependency on high-quality historical data. Many organizations struggle because their data is incomplete, inconsistent, or biased. My advice: start by improving your data collection processes. Standardize how defects, test results, and production incidents are recorded. 3-month outlook. Expect broader adoption of AI-powered release decision systems that recommend whether to deploy based on predicted risk. 1. AI-driven software quality and the quality paradox. This is the central tension shaping the entire field. AI dramatically increases development speed, but it also introduces new forms of complexity, unpredictability, and risk. The paradox is that the faster we build software, the harder it becomes to ensure its quality. This is fueling intense debate across X, Twitter, LinkedIn, and technical blogs. Another emerging layer is the concept of AI testing AI, where one model evaluates another. This introduces questions about bias, reliability, and cascading errors. My advice: adopt a systems thinking approach. Quality is no longer about individual components, but about interactions between AI systems, humans, and processes. 3-month outlook. We will likely see the rise of dual-layer AI architectures, where generation and validation are handled by separate systems with human oversight. Extended forecast for 2027 and 2028. Looking further ahead, the conversation is expected to evolve in several profound ways. AI governance as a core quality pillar. Quality engineering will include regulatory compliance, ethical validation, and explainability as first-class concerns. Self-healing systems. Applications will automatically detect and fix defects in production without human intervention, shifting QA towards supervision rather than execution. Digital twins for software systems. Entire environments will be simulated to test complex interactions before deployment, reducing reliance on traditional staging environments. Human-in-the-loop quality models. Rather than removing humans, future systems will optimize how humans and AI collaborate in quality decision-making. Economic optimization of quality. Organizations will quantify the cost of quality versus speed more precisely, leading to dynamic trade-offs based on business goals. Hopefully this video gives you additional insights. What do you think about the hot topics this week? Write your views in the comment section below. In terms of further questions, feel free to write to us. We will analyze all important internet channels and release our analysis report every Monday. Follow or subscribe to this channel to stay up to date and know more than your competitors. Happy testing, and see you next time.